Hi all, it's Vanessa Love, and this is my channel about the mental health field and related topics. Okay, so I was watching a video about criticizing Emma Chamberlain about her having all this money, people kind of saying that she seems like she's trying to be relatable and she's not, and, possibly, I guess, faking depression. And I started thinking about, well, why would people expect that people who may be making a lot of money might be, I guess, above getting depression? And there's a lot, but um, I think that in this society, we feel like if we make enough money, that we won't have any problems whatsoever, and that people who are rich are just so fortunate, and they never have to worry about all the things that everyone else has to worry about, because they could just snap fingers, buy a house, buy a Lambo, buy whatever thing that people do or want to do with money that eventually they want to have. And so um, I think that, yeah, there's this idea that once you have money, then you want for nothing. And that's not how mental health issues, that's not how mental health issues work. Also, it's not how life works. I think that we have seen over and over again that people do still have to deal with domestic violence, with abuse in some way, with people who have in their family who have passed away, with gun violence, with addiction, with depression, anxiety, PTSD, post traumatic stress disorder. It's not like you have money and, hey, when you're feeling a little down, you know, you're just going to get on a plane and go somewhere else, and everything will be just fixed. That, like, when you have the chemical imbalance of depression, that is, getting up and getting on a plane and planning a trip because you're feeling depressed, yes, is very feasible. However, very difficult when you're in that situation where you feel like you can't possibly take care of yourself, you don't feel good enough, and then, like, here you are, taking a vacation to go where, to do what? You're just going to stay in a hotel room and feel like crap there too. It is not like people who have money aren't above experiencing things, and then I also think that at one point, I remember Sharon Osbourne, Ozzy Osbourne's wife, especially after the what is that called? The success of the Osbournes, she had said, like, something to the effect of, everyone just wants us to be miserable. They want us to have so much money and then just sit there and be like, we have to care about so many other things, and like, we can't be happy because other people aren't happy. And she's like, that's what really the expectation is, even though there are a lot of people, right? I'm just continuing on kind of the thought, like, even though there are people, and probably at that time too, who wanted to have that lifestyle, who wanted to have that, was it Beverly Hills, or there's that strip, Malibu, where it's all of the houses that are on the beach. It's a public beach, but, like, houses on the beach. It's fancy, I guess, that way. But yes, I feel like there are so many people who are like, oh, we have to, be above, like, people who are, once they get rich, are just above all of that. And, I mean, I guess, spiritually speaking, or, like, just kind of, law of attraction speaking, like, once you have abundance, like, you have everything and more, and that is different for everyone. Like, yeah. And also, like, I know some colleagues who will be like, oh, I would never have a rich client because, like, we're not going to relate. I don't want to help them with their stuff. And I'm like, oh, I like having clients who, like, are, I like having clients who are motivated to come, no matter who they are. And, like if they happen to be rich but dealing with a lot of things, I want them as clients. Of course I do. Why would I pass up that opportunity? I mean, who needs it, who need it more are the people who really wouldn't be able to get to therapy. And so they seem unmotivated, but like that's not, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's the whole system. But like, it's not something that I feel is like not I that like I couldn't like have a person who can come in who honestly has so many issues and just happens to be rich. Like it does, like that does, again, it does not negate like that things aren't going to happen to them. I think that there's different stresses on both ends, and like it just I'm in the helping profession. I help people. It's like I try to understand both, like all sides, like not even both sides. I'm like all sides, and what people are going through. A lot of people can present the same way, but like it doesn't matter, like because like I'm helping, to like, well, first I need to understand, but also like uh, helping them to resolve or get to a better spot, just mentally. It doesn't matter what like financial situation they're in, because it can still bring stresses. For example, someone who's rich may not know who their true friends are. Like how do you know when someone's around you because they want to be around you, or they're around you because of name recognition or because they want to have that life? How do you trust your friends? How do you trust, like if you're married to someone, how do you trust them, that they're not just after your money? Like that's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. And then you have people constantly being mad at you because you have so much money and they don't, and why can't you just give it to them? You know, That's a whole issue. You have people who are very manipulative who are like, oh yeah, I'll get into the fold, and then they're not that great of people. So, there's still drama, there's still hurt, there's still feelings to process, there's still stuff going on. Like I just it's amazing to me when people are like, no, but she should be happy. She's not relatable. Um, doesn't sound like she was trying like not to be like relatable. Like I mean, there's still feelings there. Like she didn't become a robot just because she has money. She didn't become like get above her depression because of money. Like that's not a realistic expectation of mental health issues. Like and maybe we need to re-examine what people think about like mental health issues as related to finances, because there's a lot. Yeah, there's just a lot of like minutia in between all of it, where it's like finances don't make people happy. And especially when everyone is kind of mad at them for being rich, but also for having money. And like there, there's just a lot more. There's a lot more that can happen. Anyway, I hope that was helpful for you, and I will talk with you soon. All right, thanks.